Hey everyone, it's Travis once again with another episode of Cassettes on Camera. Just have a ton of cassettes to go through today. Picked up a lot of stuff over the last couple weeks, including some Goodwill finds, some Honey Hole finds, a CCLT, a trade with a friend, and I stumbled across a record store that was having a closeout sale on all their cassettes and just got an amazing deal on all of it. So let's just get right into it. I'll start with the Goodwill finds here. They hadn't really updated it from the time I was there before, so I didn't have a whole lot to dig through, but I did pick up this pair of Heart tapes here. I got Dreamboat Annie and Little Queen. So two great albums, and happy to have them on the cassette format now too. Honey Hole finds, I picked up Prince and the Revolution, Parade, another one for the Prince collection there. I picked up this one, Merry Christmas from the Beach Boys. Plan on listening to this around the holidays, but I just thought that was a cool find. The Cult, Sonic Temple. I have a couple of their albums on vinyl. This one, from my understanding, is kind of hard to find. So yeah, I thought this was excellent though. Really enjoyed that one. The Church, Gold Afternoon Fix. This is one that actually Craig was just mentioning to me. Apparently his dad has this CD and he used to listen to it all the time or something, and he's been kind of vibing with the Church thing lately. So picked this up. You know, I picked up that LP recently and really enjoyed that, and thought that was really good too. Patti Smith, Dream of Life. I think this is her 5th album, and I'm not sure, but I might have seen this on vinyl once upon a time. But got the cassette here, and yeah, I thought this was pretty good too. And actually, this is one from yesterday. I went out there and picked this one up, the Bodines, Go Down Slow. I believe this is from the mid-90s, 93, I believe. I thought I saw somewhere on here. Yep, 93. Slash Records. I think the Bodines are actually out of the Milwaukee area, or somewhere near there, so kind of a local love perhaps, but yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then from a different seller in the same antique mall, I actually literally had to dig for these ones. They were buried underneath a bunch of other stuff, and I saw some tapes sticking out, so I had to move some stuff out of the way to get to them. But some really cool finds. The Cranberries. Everybody else is doing this, so why can't we? You know, their classic album from the 90s there. So yeah, this is excellent. I mean, I haven't listened to this yet, but I do know the songs on here. Just so pretty excited about that one. And then this one here, I didn't really know what this was, so it's kind of a blind buy. Concrete Blonde, Bloodletting. This is let's see here, 1990 on IRS Records, and some really cool, like, alternative indie rock. The singer really reminds me of Patti Smith, kind of just her vocal styling, so I thought that was really cool. This was really good. I enjoyed that. So it was a really cool blind buy. Alright, on to the CCLT I received from Jeff, who goes by the username Glowing00 Cabbage here on the YouTube. He had posted on the Facebook page a picture of a bunch of cassettes he picked up, and he was kind of just telling everyone to, if you see anything you like, you know, let me know and stuff. So naturally I looked through it, and there's a lot of really cool tapes in there. So you know, I made a little request, you know, the ones I wanted and stuff, and we got to talking and stuff. We worked something out. He was asking a very reasonable price for the cassettes, I think, considering what some of them were, and it's just the shipping cost, you know, from Canada to the United States, for some reason, is really expensive. So I mean, I paid a little bit more for the cassettes than I normally would pay for a cassette, but for these titles and just you know, everything, I'm just very happy with it overall. I mean, these I don't really expect to see laying around very often. So Jeff, thank you for hooking me up. I mean, these are great, and I mean, they're in excellent condition, and they played fine. First one was Sonic Youth, Daydream Nation, just one of my all-time favorite albums, and you know, I have it on vinyl, have it on CD, had to have it on cassette now, and just, this is excellent. And then Bauhaus, Mask, another group, you know, I was kind of turned on to by Brett over at Life on This Planet blog. mentions them a lot, along with like Peter Murphy and stuff. And I know I had just picked up that LP recently as well. But you know, I've been checking out Bauhaus and been really enjoying them. And when I saw this cassette in Jeff's stack, I thought, you know, I gotta jump on that and just you know, give it a, you know, good listen and stuff, and just absolutely loved it. So I'd love to find some of their albums on vinyl for sure, or CD or whatever. I would just love to have some of their albums. So again, Jeff, thank you so much. That was just awesome of you. Did a quick trade with my friend Steve that I've been talking about a lot lately. You know, I just got a bunch of records from him, but he's also been getting into the cassettes as well, and has already acquired a bunch of duplicates and stuff. So I've had a couple duplicates laying around, so I, you know, brought those over. We did a trade. Got some really cool tapes out of the deal. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. You know, I've been really digging this album lately, and just stoked to have it on tape. And also this one, Pink Floyd, Animals. Just absolute classic here. Steve actually stumbled across like a huge lot of Pink Floyd cassettes, you know, Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, The Wall, I think Metal, and probably a couple other ones too. It's just insane. So he's been having a lot of good luck with that, and this was one of his duplicates. Actually, he picked up Animals too, so yeah, very excited to have that now. Anyway, then this record store I stumbled across, it was called the Spin Shack in Baraboo, Wisconsin, and I had been there once before, and this was like, you know, before I started looking for tapes and stuff, so, you know, I never knew what they had before anyway. But vinyl wise, I don't remember picking up anything from there before. I did pick up a few records on my recent trip, and I'll be showing those in my next vinyl update for sure. Some really cool finds there too. But anyway, they're having a closeout sale on all their cassettes. Normally I think they had them marked at 50 cents a piece, which is actually pretty cheap considering that most of the Goodwills and my Honey Hole, usually it's about $1 a piece. But they're having their closeout sale is 3 for $1, so I just had to jump on a bunch of stuff here. So let's just get right into that here. I was so excited about this one. I've been looking for this one. Temple of the Dog, their self-titled album there, their only album actually, and just one of my all-time favorite albums here. And just stoked to have found that at that store for so cheap too, and just it's in excellent condition. It plays perfectly, so stoked to have that. Rush, Moving Pictures, just another classic album there. r.e.m, Life's Rich Pageant. This one is actually one I thought I already had, but it turns out I don't. So Craig, sorry, I gotta hold on to this one. The Sugar Cubes, Life's Too Good. Kind of got turned on to this by my friend Andrew. He was kind of sharing some of their music with me recently, and it was a group I wasn't really aware of. You know, I knew some of Bjork, but not so much the Sugar Cubes. So I've been really enjoying their music now too, and just happy to pick up the cassette. That was a really cool find. This Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, it's a 2-pack. Their first 2 albums there with their self-titled and You're Gonna Get It. It's like a 2-album cassette special there, so I thought that was pretty cool. This Bo Diddley is called Hey Bo Diddley. I think this is like a live performance or something. It doesn't sound quite like the studio stuff, but it was pretty good though. Yeah, I did enjoy that. The Doors, Strange Days. Yeah, I thought that was cool. And then there's this one here, The Doors Greatest Hits, and I didn't realize it until later that is actually The Doors live at the Hollywood Bowl on the inside. So I got a mixed matched tape and cassette and casing here, but whatever. You know, for basically what comes to 33 cents a piece, you know, I can't really complain. At least it was The Doors. Picked up the Beatles 20 Greatest Hits. Thought that was cool. Another cult one, Ceremony. This is the one after Sonic Temple, I believe. This one was pretty good too. A pair of Van Halen's Got Van Halen self-titled and Fair Warning. Fair Warning, maybe my favorite Van Halen album. Aerosmith, Rocks and Toys in the Attic. Carole King, Tapestry. So moving into some real classic stuff here. This is Sade, Promise and Diamond Life. So 2 albums of hers. My girlfriend really likes Sade, so when we saw those we jumped on them. Boston self-titled album here. You know, just absolute classic to me. I've been just digging that album my entire life basically. And then a couple duplicates that I just had to get. You know, I got a pair of Led Zeppelins, you know, Led Zeppelin 4 and Houses of the Holy. And Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. And the Black Crowes, their Shake Your Moneymaker album there. They actually got sent to me by Brett. Actually, both of these got sent to me by Brett. So, anyway, yeah, I was just very stoked to find those kind of cassettes there for so cheap. Just excellent. So, definitely we'll be making a trip back to Baraboo, hopefully sooner than later. Not sure if they'll still have their cassettes laying around because they're not taken anymore. And I really picked through it, but vinyl wise though, I mean, you know, I might find some cool stuff. So anyway, that is the cassette update. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Just leave some comments down below, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.